All right, Britain's vote to leave the European Union hitting the markets this morning, down about 391 points. Bad, it could be worse. There are questions about what impact it will have on the security relationships that Britain has, not just with Europe, but with the United States. Joining me to discuss, former House Intelligence Chairman and host of CNN's news show Declassified, Mike Rogers. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for being with us. People are wondering, how does this change the UK's role in Europe, and what does that mean for the U.S. relationship?
Well, here's might be a bright spot in this. I don't think it will change much at all. So there's two relationships here that are important. One is something called the Five Eyes. These are the countries that are really attached at the hip when it comes to intelligence: Great Britain, United States, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. And so those countries have already had this strong embedded relationship on intelligence for years. And by the way, the rest of the European Union has benefited from that, mainly through Great Britain sharing in those intelligence relationships. So now the second part of that relationship is the EU countries already have all of these mechanisms in place that will allow sharing of watch lists, of flight lists, and they have non-EU countries as parties to these agreements, Switzerland and Norway. So really that's a very small change. I think because it's so important, it doesn't have the administrative cost to it. I think you're going to find a pretty seamless transition when it comes to intelligence sharing, and that may be the bright spot of what's all the turmoil that may happen because of Brexit.
Shifting gears, your show this weekend, Declassified, it takes a closer look at the capture of Saddam Hussein. Let's watch a clip.
And then the field phone rang, and it was the commander of the Special Operations Unit. He goes, well, the guy we're looking for we picked up in Baghdad. I go, really? He says, yeah. I said, you know what we're doing tonight? We're going after Saddam. I knew we had to move that night because I think once that guy was captured, the word would eventually get back.
I remember that moment so well. We got him, Paul Bremer said. Mike Rogers, quite a moment. 30 seconds or less now.
Well, I think if you love great spy novels and intrigue, you're going to get it, but you're going to get it through the voices of the people who actually lived it in a case like Saddam. All of the turns, twists, concerns, panics, danger that went into finding Saddam Hussein in that hole, and all the small little clues that really turned on a chef and Saddam's favorite fish. And you're going to have to watch the episode to find out why that's important, but that's what finally undid him, and we were able to capture him. So you're going to get to see all of it on Sunday night at 10 o'clock.
So many twists and turns. Look forward to seeing it. Mike Rogers, thanks so much for being with us. The search for Saddam Hussein is on Declassified Sunday night, 10 o'clock, right here on CNN.